Finally, it is here. Yes, these are the long-awaited results of my 2024 Space Engineers Cruiser competition. I can only apologise for how long this has taken to get here. Sadly, major life events like a new job have gotten in my way. I've also got to be honest, other content on the YouTube channel has demanded a higher priority, but thankfully we are back on track now. And as you watch this video, I want you to think about what Space Engineers building competition we should do next. Make sure to comment your suggestions below. Well, without further ado, I'm Captain Jack, welcome to my channel, and let's take a look at the Space Engineers RWI Cruiser Competition 2024 winners. This build competition tasked the community with building a brand new cruiser for Redwood Industries. Let's see how they did. In a third place, we have the Avalon light cruiser built by Centauro. The build captured the spirit of the competition in designing something like a UNSC style cruiser from Halo. I'm also a big fan of Centauro providing some backing information for the ship. Let's take a deeper look at the Avalon. Okay, let's take a look at the Avalon inside of Space Engineers. Immediately, I need to say, and I don't think I mentioned this is all vanilla. There is actually no mods on the Avalon, and I think that's also cool. I would like to if they had used the RWI branding mod, but I can live with that. We can easily slap a logo on it. But still, it is making a nice use of all of Space Engineers' vanilla features, particularly the vanilla weaponry. We've got the artillery cannons and the assault cannons. There's also a nice bridge down there. You can see me sat in there. We will take a look in a minute. And nice use of windows as well. You don't see many of the curved windows used on like Space Engineers ships. So we've actually got those to play with, and of course the big hangar we'll take a look at properly in a minute, but I'm really happy there's a hangar inside here. I think this kind of makes the cruiser an all-around vessel. It's heavily armed. You can definitely take this into combat with the impressive engines behind here. Just look at all of these engines, including some iron thrusters. Don't worry, your iron thruster purists, they are here as well, but I do wonder if the industrial ones or the sci-fi ones would maybe look better there. I don't know, maybe we'll have to test it. It was kind of I keep seeing these conveyor ports here. I was wondering maybe we could use armored conveyors to sort of hide those in there, because armored conveyors are used here, so I wonder if you could use those to hide that there. Kind of interesting. Still, the nice use of all the sort of weapons really makes this design really well rounded. And also, I love the bit of armor covering we have here for the thrusters, including hidden solar panels behind here. Really nice to have some solar panels indented in there, meaning you can charge up your ship wherever and whenever you are. Airlock is nice to see. I always forget airlocks in my builds. Heat vents are also up here as well. I think these are heat vents. I hope so. More windows as well. Loving the use of so many windows on this thing. Oh, it's gone here, but was it meant to be a door here or something? I've not missed any mods, so I'm not quite sure. We'll take a proper look inside in just a second. There are decoy blocks hidden here as well. And overall, this design is really, really nice, because you've got a black sort of hull here with sort of grey indenting as well, but you've got the red clearly identifying it as an RWI vessel, which is sort of also indenting it using a bit of design detail to stick out there and looks really nice. I'm also liking how sort of the weapons are positioned sort of sticking out from a ship here in a nice sort of way. They look really, really cool. In terms of forward weaponry, we sort of have the rail guns hidden away up here, which is really nice. I love the use of the design here because they still sort of shoot through that, which is really cool. So we've got sort of like a forward mat gun in a way. I believe this is probably a camera. Yep, this is a camera hidden behind here. Sort of a makeshift crosshair, which is nice to see. Now the use of the sci-fi blocks behind here to get it sort of like red. Sort of like, it looks really hellish in a way, but I kind of like it. So yeah, I would have had more cameras up front here, but I can live without it. We've got some nice PDC coverage, so the Gatlins are going to be deflecting incoming missiles and such, while the artillery and assault cannons are going to be throwing shells of lead straight towards the enemy. A nice little section of thrusters hidden away there with the antenna blocks. Really, really a big fan of that. In terms of on the top side of the ship, we've not got much, but there's a nice with indentation here as well. You could have easily had this stick out as normal, but the fact like indenting the hull looks really cool. I just think it adds to the design quite a lot more. Thrusters hidden behind there, they look really nice and really cool. This sort of gives me ideas for future ships as well. I'm also loving that a lot of creators recently are using conveyors and sort of capping them with this thing. It's really cool. It's a nice block in Space Engineers that sort of makes a lot of sense. Right, let's take a look inside the ship. Well, I'm here in the bridge. The bridge is made up really nice. I think this is the bridge. This might actually be the observation bay. I'm not quite sure. It could not be the bridge. Regardless, there's a nice sort of observation deck going on here. You can see right down to the planet and various things. Really cool. I'm loving the use of the glass or window blocks there to create a side-by-side view. Really nice. The interior is kind of sparsely decorated. It means I think we can come and do whatever we want inside. Oops, I've accidentally opened up the thrusters. Uh-oh. Well, I guess we'll have to vent the rest of the ship now. Gravity areas down here as well, linked up to a rather large reactor. Really nice. I do like the idea behind this sort of the Avalon, because we could customize it to our heart's content and do whatever we want. Like, some things are very sparse, meaning we could, add modded blocks in and do sort of whatever we wanted to do. Up here, where does it... This maybe lead to the other bridge. I thought there was two bridges on this, but I might be getting confused between another ship. Guys, there's a lot of stuff. I had had a quick glance through earlier as the cargo area. I got confused of where I was. Actually, I've looked at quite a lot of ships today. This is the main hangar here. Now, why I love this, we can easily store about 2 Valkyrie dropships, maybe that recent dropship I took a look at, or you could store some fighters in here, some fast response crafts, some bombers maybe. The choice is yours, essentially. Going back through here, we've got nice little crew rooms. I really like how these are decorated. I would like to have seen a bit more red on the inside of it, but it kind of works. This is what I kind of remembered earlier. This almost looks like a giant warp core in a way. Almost reminds me of the NX-01 Enterprise from Star Trek Enterprise, where you've got that sort of warp core going on there. And I guess you could argue it's the FTL engine. That's the size. We don't need to go down those just yet. Let's go and look at the other section over here. We've got another sort of engine core in there as well. That could be like another sort of reactor core. I don't know, however you want to sort of do it. Yeah, that kind of works. Is there something I hear? This is the airlock. I guess it's kind of a bit bad. I thought there was another bridge to this, but maybe not. What's in the middle section here? Because there's a glass up here. There we go. I guess it's not then. That kind of makes sense. So I guess the main bridge was the thing I stood on. That kind of makes sense. I would like to have seen a bit more consoles on the bridge, but I think this was designed before the most recent Signal DLC for Space Engineers, therefore the other console blocks weren't added just yet. But what I like of this, Centaur has given us a lot of work to basically customize it to our own heart's content and play with it. Overall, the Avalon is a really nice ship, and I'm so glad it's made it in to the Space Engineers Cruiser competition. Let's take a look at number 2. Coming in at second place is a super impressive Hades cruiser built by Lemon. This design really stood out to me, but it did not capture quite what I was looking for. Still, I want to highlight the impressive work that has gone into the Hades. The arrow and spear shape is super cool. Let's take a deeper look at the Hades, as the design work here is really showing in the amount of detail on this ship. Okay, so this is the Hades made by Lemon, and immediately you can see it is a different design to most RWI ships, and that's kind of why I wasn't sure about putting it in first place, but it did make second place just because of the amount of detail on this ship. If we zoom in here, and hopefully you saw from some of those panning shots while I was talking about it, there is so much detail on this ship and so many cool features. Immediately you can see this is not sort of aligned as is normally, because it's sort of like disconnected in different ways here, which is kind of really cool. Like, you don't really get that much in Space Engineers normally, so kind of really like that, and it was really cool just because of the way this is. I mean, look at this. I'm sure traveling on here to show you how this all works here, because it's all sort of like bent around here in different ways using landing gears, and I presume there's a rotor or a hinge block somewhere around here, but I'm not going to go digging for it. It's definitely in there somewhere. There is a lot of design work that went into the Hades. It is really nice. Using a lot of thrusters there, a lot of different weapons, which will build up the impressive arsenal of the ship, including this big thing down here, which I think is a torpedo. Yeah, not quite sure about that. We've also got vanilla rail guns up here as well. A lot of detail, including the sort of like, I always call these LCD beams. They're not. They're like wiring or something. I always forget what they are in SC, but you get the gist. They're like neon tubes, I guess. Lots of hydrogen thrusters down here as well. What's this? It's just stay clear. I presume it's another missile or something. A lot of this weapon pack here has got a lot of detail in it. This is a very cool design. But like I said, for me, at the minute, it just didn't really fit the sort of RWI aesthetic. Still, that's not a problem. I have a future use for this ship. I'm not going to reveal it right now, but I definitely could see this ship being very useful to me in the future, and that's why I'm putting it in second place, because it is amazing. We'll take a look at the interior in just a second. As I'm buzzing around the outside here, you can see the impressive amount of detail. I love the engine bay as well. There's a small hangar bay here in a second, which we will take a look at. There we go. But also the engines are super impressive. You've got this main drive here. I'm not sure about the spoiler personally. I'd maybe knock that off, but you know, it kind of fits there. Atmospheric thrusters as well. I'm not sure if the ship can fly in atmosphere, but it's sort of like a nice glass or like rotating bit there, which is really nice. The bridge we have to take a look at, as I really like this sort of bridge design for this ship. Overall, this is a very nicely designed cruiser, and I was super impressed by it. Let's take a look inside. Now, I'm going to start in the bridge here, as this bridge is really nice. Making use of small ship blocks as well, sort of bring out the helm feature if we sit here. We've got all the sort of screens there, very cool. Main sort of control block here we can sit in and fire the ship if need be. I think we're in station mode actually. Oh, okay, well never mind. We'll fly it around later. Also, we've got all our information as well. Nice windows showing us the outside of this. I don't think shields was included in this, was it? No, I don't think it is. Okay, so this is going to have to design off of, or like survive off of just armor alone. I do worry about this bridge. I think there's a CIC on board, as there's a main control station somewhere else. So yeah, war room is down there. Airlock, more airlocks into there, no atmo. Let's take a look into the war room. I presume it'll be down here somewhere. I think it's just a war room. Okay, cool. I love having our logo as the LCD blocks. That is really nice. This is sort of like the war and like conference planning room. So I guess like, you know, the officers would sit in there and plan what's going on in the war. But let's take a look at the rest of the ship. Let's not make sure we don't decompress the entire thing. I think we're going down this way. There we go. Like all these sort of designs, I do have a run around first, but I tend to get lost afterwards. Engine room, we'll take a quick look in here. Not press the button, Jack. That's the wrong thing. I think we depressurized everything now. The engine room is a really cool design because it's kind of small and cramped at the same time. We're making use a lot of blocks to sort of add the design into it. So I kind of like that because we've got the other areas up here. So if we go up here, and you can sort of have a like overarching sort of display of the engine room with all the control blocks as well. Luckily there's no buttons for me to press because else I would break everything. Oh, get off the ladder. I'm stuck. Ah! Come on, Space Engineers, you let me down. So I want to find the CIC. That's servers, bridge servers, engine room, missile bay confinement. Anything else up here, is there? There's a giant radiation warning in there, a lot of green. We've also got confinement. Oh, okay, that's a bit... Yeah, that's a bit... It's just a lot of red in there all of a sudden. I appreciate RWI has the red colours, but Christ, that's a lot of red. Missile bay, there's no atmo in here apparently. We don't need to look in there, we can look in there later. But I presume what I was looking for is back here somewhere. Here we go, let's head down this way. Hopefully we'll find that CIC. There we go, combat information center. Oh, some nice wood in here as well. This is what I was looking for. This is our main CIC of the Hades. We've got nice screens of there showing what's going on, giving our like, weapon readouts, some nice plants apparently, desks. I would like to have maybe like another console here, perhaps the console table, so you can project a hologram or something. That would have been kind of cool. But we do have a main sort of thing here. I don't think we can control the ship. Is this one? Ah, this is what we control the ship by. Just look at this ship go. Really, really impressive. And I also like the design. I think in some ways it could be a stealth ship. If not, it could also just be a main frontline cruiser. But again, I feel like it's futuristic for where Redwood currently are. Definitely have a use for this in the future. But for now, this is the Hades in second place. It is beautiful. I definitely recommend you check this one out on the Steam Workshop. That front gun is just so intimidating. Oh, we can actually play... Oh my god, the missiles. We can actually play with them. That's kind of cool. And those are flares, I think. Or just fireworks. That's really nice. I like this. Very nice. Okay, let's take a look at first place. So the Cromwell Cruiser is the first of my honorable mentions. The ship is described as moving like a brick, but also that it hits like one. I chose this as an honorable mention because it feels like it fits within Redwood Industries' fleet as something of a backbone cruiser. Also, it kind of reminds me of a Cabal ship in Destiny, but not really. Anyway, a highlight of the ship has to be a very well decorated interior and some custom turret layouts. Just look at these custom railgun turrets mounted on the hull. They look fantastic. A special thank you to Average Orb enthusiasts for their outstanding contribution to the competition with a Cromwell-class Cruiser. Your creativity and skill are truly commendable. Okay, my second honorable mention is the Invictus-class Assault Cruiser by Reload. The Reload previously designed the Styx-class frigate, which was entered into the frigate competition. They're back once again, building upon that with the Invictus, and you can see the design evolution at hand here. I'm a big fan of the interior as it looks like a modern advancement of the Redwood design style. The Invictus also features some excellent weapon placement. It's not overdoing it, but rather fitting in nicely that it works as a successor to the Defender class and the Styx class. In the first place, we have the Colossus Heavy Cruiser. Built by community member Mac Velocity, you can see that the Colossus blends two of my favourite franchises in the design, these being the Expanse and Halo. Here you can see Mac has blended the UNSC Marathon class, along with bits of the Autumn class, and the MCON Donager. I love this. Let's take a deeper look at the Colossus. Okay, so this is Colossus in first place, or the Colossus should I say, by Mac Velocity. It is a fantastic ship, and I think it captures perfectly what we were looking for in the cruiser competition. While the Hades in second place may have had a massive amount of detail on it, this ship, or the Colossus should I say, is nicely detailed but also smooth and sleek. Very much in the RWI style. Now, sometimes I love a massive amount of detail like the Hades, and sometimes I personally love things just to be sleek and straight to the point, like they were just rolled off an assembly line and, you know, not every single rivet is seen. It's just my personal cup of tea, and the Colossus luckily fits that. It's also a nice blend of Halo and the Expanse, two of my favourite franchises like I said. This ship is also using the Halo UNSC weapon core pack as well, hence why you've got UNSC weapons hidden up here as well. Not really hidden, but you get a point. They are looking really, really cool. I think we've got some torpedoes here. We've got these Archer missiles, I believe they are as well. We're also using Expanse engines. These are really cool, and these giant turrets on the side here, including little small ones, little tiny ones. I don't know with stars there. We've got these 4 giant engines up here, which is definitely going to make this ship go super, super fast. We'll have to give them a try on this. I'm pretty sure they make a really cool sound. Now, much like the Avalon, this ship does have a hangar bay for loading up some small craft. However, this one is actually on the bottom as well, meaning we can sort of drop out and deploy those. I don't think the ship can fly in atmosphere. That would be a bit overkill, but it is straight there. One thing that caught me with this ship is it does have a really, really cool interior, which we'll take a look at in just a second. But I really wanted to highlight how the sort of armor plating is sort of done in layers here. So it sort of fits back there. Obviously, there's that annoying sort of gap right back here where you can't really make anything of because of Space Engineers, but you get the gist. It sort of fits together really well. I am loving how sort of armor blends together, sort of protect the engine cones back there. It is really nice. We got heat vents. I personally would have put heat vents there, but you know, not my design, so you know, it's kind of cool. I also love the way the sort of turrets are indented into the hull here. These are really, really nice. And of course, we've got this sort of signature UNSC armor paneling going on here, which you see on the Autumn and Marathon class ships. Windows as well. I do love windows on my ships to give an insight into what's going on inside there. So that is really nice. Now, I will show you the interior in just a second because there's something really cool going on here. But we'll go into the airlock first. I also love these sort of prong things down here. I personally want to maybe put some antennas on there, but it kind of works at the same time. Now, in terms of our front armament, we do have a giant MAC gun here, or a magnetic accelerated cannon. Not a MAC cannon, that is magnetically accelerated cannon. It's a MAC gun essentially, and we've got a lot of firepower here. These things can deal a lot of damage. Maybe we'll test those in just a second. Let's go into the airlock and see what we can find on the inside. So if I'm going to go in the airlock, let's seal that one up. I just flew in a bit too quickly. I love the sort of red diesel going on. The deck plan. Number 6, the captain's quarters. Number 5, medical. 4, upper hangar. An upper hangar? We have an upper hangar? Did I miss that? 3, mess hall. 2, CIC. Bridge at lower hangar. Oh, maybe it's the observation bit of there. So we're on deck 4 at the minute. That was the upper hangar. Cool. Let's take a look at that. What's really cool is this ship has sort of a hollow approach here. So you can go straight down to the bridge on deck 1. Or we can go all the way up to what is essentially deck 5. So let's start at the top and work our way down. Here we've got manufacturing crew quarters on deck 5. Captain's quarters. So deck 6, sorry. So here's our captain's quarters. These are very nice. The bedroom and bathroom. Bedroom's pretty straightforward. Bathroom. There it is. We've even got a jukebox in here as well. No tracks available. Oh well, it was worth a shot. This is really cool though. I like it. Now we've got a manufacturing bay over here as well. Let's take a look at that. You can hear all the refineries going to work here. So I guess your ship can manufacture stuff on the go if needed. So we've got assemblers, refineries. Kind of nice to know. It means this probably can support, like, you know, other, like, cruisers and such. Crew quarters. Rather nice and generic. Kind of like it. Is this a bed up here? It is a bed. There you go. Dun, 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 dun. We've got cargo and engineering through this way. I also really like the staircase leading down to engineering. Particularly as engineering looks really cool as well. We've got the jump drive hidden back there as well. I believe this is probably the same version. Go for the floor now. The same version. Oh, where am I? The same versions of the back here. So I think if we go through this, yep, we're in the engine bay. A bit of a tactical weakness there. But I think it's 2 jump drives. Yeah, it's 2 jump drives mixed together. So that kind of makes sense. But still, maybe a bit of a tactical weakness. I would not like to be the guy having to repair that. We've all seen what happens to the Donner in the Expanse when it gets its nose engine destroyed. We've got upper hangar in here as well. We can see the upper part of the hangar. You'd sort of have them be drop ships or fighters parked here. They're going to connect, and then they're going to fly down here into the lower part of the hangar to actually go out and venture toward the ship. I don't know if there's anything back here. We've got cold consoles and such. No, it's sort of like a hangar overview in here. I guess it's like the quartermaster's place or the deckhand's place. We've got this really nice mod here for these giant armored doors. That's how they look when we open them. They're really nice. I wish these were kind of vanilla in Space Engineers. While I appreciate our hangar doors are kind of like really nicely detailed, some days you just want something plain and vanilla like this. I think it works nicely. It's very sleek as well. I wasn't really a fan of the air vent in the floor. I would have had that somewhere upstairs. But again, we've got another sort of upper hangar part here. So it kind of makes sense to have it there. I kind of like it though. It works, you know. It is what it is. So deck plan. I think we're on deck 1 now, I think. So this should lead us to the bridge, hopefully. Here we go. The bridge. So I popped down here a minute ago to take a quick look at the ship. But now we've actually got our bridge here. Use a lot of cold consoles. But also the bridge kind of extends going up here as well. So we've got extra consoles. I kind of really like this bridge design over 2 layers. Kind of reminds me of Imperial Star Destroyers and such. Let's listen to these engines. Oh, I was kind of hoping we'd have like the fire effect, but we're immediately 100. Let's slow down. Oh, you can hear them firing. There we go. You can hear that noise a little bit. That kind of works. Now we have our Mac gun now. There we go. That Mac gun is amazing. Oh, it's got 2 shots. Or 3 shots, maybe? Or it's just got like an unlimited recharge. I don't know. Can we fire our archer missiles then? Let's take a look at this. Hopefully they're grouped. They are. Right. If we do shoot and override. Oh, they look mental. It's broadside only. They're really impressive. I love those. Okay, we'll turn those off a second. We should have some of our assault guns here as well. So we scroll up. Let's have a look at those. Rampart ones. That's a lot of guns. Okay, we can turn this off. I think it's number 5. What are the other ones in that case? We had a couple of guns here. The fire ones maybe, or maybe a sentry. Oh god, they're loud. Those are sentry guns. So the Colossus is very heavily armed, and I really like that, to be fair. We travelled quite far there. I've gone back to spectator where we were, and the ship travels far quite quickly. Overall, I really like the profile of this. Like, imagine just flying up towards the ship, or the ship being in atmosphere. Again, I don't think it can go in atmosphere, but probably would end up crashing to the planet. But just being in orbit and you fly up towards this, it looks really cool, and that's one of the reasons why the Colossus is in first place. It is a nice blend of what we were looking for this competition, and I absolutely love it. So there we have it. Thank you so much to everyone who took part in the Cruiser competition. A big thank you to our winners, who will all receive Steam gift cards for their time. Of course, you'll see some of their ships in an upcoming project later this year. Who knows what's out there? Thank you for your patience. I apologise for the long wait, but I'm sure you can all understand. And I want to emphasise that the next building competition will be a lot quicker in terms of the result turnaround. That I can guarantee. Speaking of the next building competition, as I mentioned at the start of the video, it's up to you to decide what we do next. I do have an idea in mind, but like I mentioned at the start of the video, get commenting and let's see what we do next. Okay everyone, thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much for taking part. I've been Captain Jack, and I'll see you in the next one.